Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm trying out a wider angle lens than I usually use, just to see how it looks like. Let me know what you guys think about this wider angle lens look, if you guys like it or not. So in this video, I actually want to talk about my views on being minimalist and trying to lower the amount of possessions that I have to the point where everything that I have is valuable to me and things that I actually need. And I regularly go through my possessions and I get rid of things that I don't think I need anymore or that don't really add any significant value to my life. So let me talk about the advantages of doing this. So in California, in Southern California, physical space, it's very expensive. If I were to live in a 3-bedroom apartment, it would usually cost more than a 1-bedroom apartment, for example. Or if I were living in a 3,000 square foot house, it would cost much more than living in a 1,500 square foot house. And even if I were keeping some of my things in a public storage unit, I have to pay monthly for that storage unit that I'm using to put my things in. So no matter how you look at it, usually you're paying more money to keep more things. So that's one of the reasons why I like to have less things, is because it costs more money to have more things, because you have to pay for the extra space. However, if you only have very little things, well then you require less space, so you can afford to live in a smaller physical space. However, if you have a whole bunch of things that take up a bunch of space, well then you have no choice but to pay for a storage unit or to rent an expensive house that has a lot of square footage. So that's one of the reasons, and probably one of the most important ones, why I like to get rid of things that I don't need anymore and try to keep the amount of things that I have to a minimum. Another reason is moving. So me personally, I've lived in a lot of different places and I moved a lot. In college, I lived in a different place every single year, and even after leaving college, I would live in a different place every time I move a job or things like that. And if you have a whole bunch of stuff that you've accumulated and need to move, it's a really big hassle, unless you could, hire movers to move things for you. But usually I like to move things myself, because it would cost money to hire movers and have them move things for you. But with the amount of stuff that I have, I can actually afford to just move everything myself. Sometimes I don't even have to rent a truck or anything, because things can be taken apart and just put in my car and then I drive to my new place. So by having not that many things, it actually saves me a lot of trouble whenever I move. Another thing is, sorting and finding things. If I have a million different things and a bunch of them are things that are things I don't even need and they're poorly organized, well then it's going to be hard to find things whenever I do need to find things. For example, let's say that I'm looking for, an old camera lens that I have. If there's a whole bunch of things lying around that I don't even need, I'm going to have to sift and sort through all those things before I could finally find what I'm looking for. But because I don't have that many things, it's much easier for me to organize and find things whenever I need to find them. Another reason that I don't have that many things is because it costs money to own a lot of things. Not just in terms of paying for the space, but just paying for the things themselves. And in terms of maintaining them too. Some things require regular maintenance, so you have to buy things to, clean them or keep them in shape and things like that. And the more things you have, well then the more it takes to maintain them and even buy things that you need in order to keep up for the maintenance, and even just the money to buy the thing in the first place. For example, let's say my light, for example. If I own 5 different lights, I would have to replace the bulb every time it goes out, or maybe I have to buy new parts for it and clean it. But since I only have one light, then I only have that one light to worry about. And if anything needs replacing, I just need to replace the part for that one light instead of 5 of them. It just makes life a lot more simpler, in my opinion. Now, the thing is, if I was super rich and can afford to, not care about the cost of things, maintaining things, how much it costs to get things in the first place, and I could afford a big giant house with tons of space, I don't need to worry about it, well then yeah, in that situation, I can see how getting a lot of things would be a viable option. But right now, I'm not a super rich person who can afford tons and tons of space, physical space for me to put all my things, and I can't afford to, buy whatever the heck I want to buy, and maintain them and things like that. So, because I'm on a budget and I like to keep things simple, being minimalist and trying to sort things and figure out what I need and don't need and getting rid of things I don't need anymore, doing this on a regular basis, it benefits me a lot, considering that I'm on a budget, right? If I had infinite money, of course, things would be different. But yeah, I think there's a lot of financial benefits to just sorting through your things, figuring out what you need and don't need, and getting rid of the things that you don't need anymore. Well, that's pretty much it, and I'm going to continue going through my stuff and try and figure out what I want to keep and get rid of. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you. Bye.